Shoot, scores!
Game 3 doesn't start quite yet, but we're about to bring you that game. It's just a little bit of a pregame show with Blake and Sammy between the Toronto Marlboros and the North York Rangers. The Rangers maybe about to advance to the finals? We'll have to see. But Sammy, it's going to be a good game, I think, nonetheless.
It may be a good game. As you can see with the ties, we switched it up, as the Marlboros will need to switch it up, or else they will go home packing.
And they have to make a big change. That change comes in net with Kai-Sun Wang getting the start in this potential elimination game. He'll have to step up. He'll have to play well, and we'll expect him to do so. And in the other end, the Rangers are going to their other goaltender. Max Grofstein will get the start. Two great goaltenders. And you know what? I just want to get right into this. Players to watch, great goalies, but we want to focus on the skaters right now.
Yeah, for the Rangers, I mean, it's got to be Charlie Hotley's. He had a hat trick last game. He carried the team to a Game 2 win. He carried the team to one win away from the finals. He was Hotley's out there, and he'll look to replicate that in this one. On the other side for the Marlboros, Jude Bray. He has been thrust into this role as the #1 defenseman for the Toronto Marlboros. The way he moves the puck is phenomenal. He has confidence in his own end, and he has confidence creating the rush and going in, coming in deep into the zone, and not losing his defensive positioning in the pursuit. So Jude Bray will be heavily relied upon in this game.
Jude Bray, we've talked about it. He's kind of an unsung hero for the Marlboros. We'll expect him to step up. But on the topic of singing, Sammy, why don't you sing us towards the takeaways, the keys to the game, you could say. Use that nice little voice of yours.
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, so I'm just going to say them, I think. I'm just not that creative guy. I don't have that creative bone. But what is creative is the Rangers' offense, and they'll need to implement it tonight because the Marlboros are going to be pushing everything they can on defense. So it'll come from the big four. Let's make it 4, shall we? Cohen Eshkok-Kogan, Brady Smith, Cameron Warren, Tyler Challenger. Big 4, big guys, big name players that will have to come up big in this game. Secondly, let's expect early pressure. You know that the Marlboros are going to be playing with a bit of anxiousness, a bit of desperation in their play. You got to be ready for that. Be ready to force them to make mistakes. Be ready to take control of it. And simply continue the pace. Keep doing what you're doing. You won the first 2 games for a reason. You had a solid game plan. You've looked phenomenal defensively. You've scored a bunch of goals. You've been able to shut down the superstars in Valentini and Bowie. And that goes a long way. Keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what they're doing. But the Marlboros, they're going to maybe try to elevate their game. They don't want to keep doing what they're doing. They want to switch some things up.
No, they don't. And they need to get something started. They just can't perform the same way. They can't afford to perform the same way they have in the first 2 games. That comes from the big 3. It comes from the captain, Weston Cameron. It comes from Pierce Bowie, and it comes from the superstar Adam Valentini. Set an example, get some points on the board, maybe throw the body around a little bit, start to rally the troops, because it's now or never, guys. Secondly, set the tone. That is how they rally the troops. They set the tone early. Go in hard from the puck drop. Go in like it is your last game you will ever play, because it could be the last game this unit ever plays, this core ever plays, so they may as well try to go off with a bang. Finally, are lights too bright? Because you're not performing under pressure, what you have done all season. Your first game of the season, you beat the Nationals 7-0. Bring that energy in. You know you're a great team. Use that. Operate with confidence. Operate under the GTHL's biggest stage, or I should say second biggest stage, and try to book your trip to Game 4.
We'll have to see if that stage fright continues or if they can fight through it, and we'll have to see it in Game 3. They'll battle against the North York Rangers in this pivotal elimination game matchup. We'll head to the ice right now. It's showtime here. Game 3. The Marlboros are facing elimination at Herb Carnegie Arena. The North York Rangers are on the brink of advancing to the finals in this 2023-2024 playoff matchup in the semifinals. I'm Blake Hanlon. He's Sammy Brzezowski. You know us, and we're in the first period. And jumping right into the play now are the Marlboros. Pierce Bowie driving towards the net. He's unable to get a shot on goal there. Jake DeCabo is by his side, but they weren't unable to get anything going on that one. allow Sammy to make his statement of the game. Sammy, these teams are very, very good. The Rangers are about to advance to the finals potentially, but the Marlboros, what they got to do to stop them?
I think the big stars of the Marlboros need to step up. Adam Valentini, Pierce Bowie, they haven't necessarily had a poor series. They are still effective players. They still have contributed in their ways, but not in the ways they've done all season. And that's carried this team to the playoffs. That's carried this team to the semifinals. Pierce Bowie especially, he had a couple grade A chances that he couldn't convert on in the last game, and now I think it's the time. He knows it's now or never, so he needs to step up. He needs to put one in the back of the net, or he needs to facilitate the puck.
They have to bring some change to their game, and they're bringing some change in the form of Kyson Wang starting in net for the Marlboros, and the Rangers also bringing a change with their tandem as well, with Max Grofstein getting the start in the potential closeout game here at Herb Carnegie in this March contest.
Yeah, that's right, and both these teams really revolving with that 1A, 1B type goaltender tandem. Kyson Wang, I was surprised didn't get the start in the second game. I thought he's had a fantastic season. He's really shut the door a couple times for TMB. But Noling and Grofstein, I think they're both excellent goaltenders. They both have different abilities. I think Grofstein's a little bit more athletic than Noling, but Noling obviously has that huge frame to stop the puck. So I think Grofstein is a great choice to try to close out a series.
I think both options are always good, and I think that's one of the reasons why the Rangers are where they're at right now. Two great goaltenders who are always fresh because they're trading the net and trading the pipes each day and each night. Breaking towards the net here, trying to get past the pipes there. Number 55, Callum Newton, driving the play there, but a good stop by the Rangers defense. Carrying up the other end now, that was Barfoot trying to get through, but he was unable to do so. The Rangers pushing it through the neutral zone, dumping it in. That will be Ulysses Lombardi trying to get the puck in there, but he's all alone, unable to beat the Marlboros defense. The Marlboros wrapping it around the ice now, trying to get over the right-hand side, but it will be turned over to Bonomo. Bonomo sends it towards the Marlboros bench. It will bounce off the boards in front of there and will be sent into the zone, and the Marlboros will scoop it up. They'll go back behind the net of Kyson Wang, and it will be Frasca playing it, passing it over to Jude Bray. Jude Bray tries to hit Valentini. It will go off a stick. It will go down to the other end of the ice for the North York Rangers to be in a great spot from an icing.
Yeah, that's right, to get something going in the Marlboros end. And we talked a lot about Jude Bray both in the pregame show and in Game 2, and I think he's also one of those guys who have to step up and shut the door for the Marlboros. We counted him as one of the number one defensemen on this TMB team, if not the number one option on the blue line. So he will be an incredible factor in this game if it's the Marlboros who want to hang on.
Jude Bray is certainly one of the bright spots on this team, one of the bright spots in the entire GTHL U16 age division, in the entire Ontario province as well, as we also have the rep level extending of the AAA level to the OMHA to other regions of Ontario, but in the GTHL, he's surely one of the highest bright spots.
That's right, and what I like about Jude Bray is he isn't necessarily built like your typical defenseman, at least not yet. He's not super oversized. He's not super muscular or has a lot of weight on him, but he just makes the right plays. He has that kind of mobile defenseman that you're seeing emerge more and more in the NHL. That was a nice shot there from Adam Valentini. He just has that ability to move the puck around that sort of smaller frame, that kind of Quinn Hughes type play style where you jump in on the offense and you are just an addition to getting the puck out of your zone and into the danger areas.
Dangerous areas indeed. That's what these teams are trying to do for themselves on the offensive side of both sides of the ice. The Marlboros bring it up through the neutral zone now on the left-hand side. A nice hit there by Cohen. Eshbod Gogan crushing a Marlboros forward on the side. That was number 17, Weston Cameron, the captain, dealing with some pain. The Rangers up through there. Barfoot dumping it. Barfoot, my apologies, dumping it into the zone now. The Marlboros trying to rectify that and get it up here. Crashing towards that, Caden Edwards. He circles back, tries to get a centering pass to Ryan Chamberlain, but it's just a wry on that one. Weston Cameron looking to help out. Be scooped up once again by Edwards. Edwards alone on the left-hand side. Shot saved by Grofstein. Loose puck in front, but it's scooped up by number 33, Jack Simon, making sure that there's no potential causality on the play there.
Yeah, that's right. And I feel like the Marlboros, they should try to jump a bit more onto the rebounds with a little bit more desperation. I think they're used to a game where they control the puck possession and they control the bulk of the offensive load. That hasn't really happened in this series so far. It happened a lot with the majors, but that's not what happens, and they need to adapt. They need to start going to the more grimy areas, the areas that we saw Charlie Hotley's jump in and collect himself 3 goals in Game 2. Get those playoff-style goals, be in those playoff-style areas, and just work hard towards the net, because the kind of finesse, skillful type goals just aren't as easy to come by against a strong North York Rangers D-core.
We did see Hotley's, as our first start of the game, last game, a hat-trick performance, the hero of that game to set them up for a potential elimination game against the Marlboros, sending them home, sending them back to Toronto. The Rangers back in their Cameron Warren tries to get the puck. Cameron rips one, but it'll be blocked right in front. Be still kept in the Rangers zone. End up against the boards by William Garrett. Comes through there and gets it over to the point now. An interesting play there by the neutral zone to get it through. There, he's able to get through. Shot there, scores! Brady Smith opens the scoring, a beautiful celebration, and the Rangers have a 1-0 lead here early in the first period.
And what a high-effort play that was from Cameron Warren to take it all by himself into the zone and then find an open Brady Smith. That's a number 1 mistake right there, leaving number 13 to absolutely rip that one by Kaison Wang. Smith, he's really made his mark on this series.
As you saw after that play, they're going across his crease. Kaison Wang is down right now. Those plays, as a former goaltender, are very difficult. They have a lot of strain on your groin. It's hard to stretch your lower half of your body. As we see him down there with a player and trainer making sure that he's okay. Pierce Bowie checking out his goaltender, making sure that he's all right. And you see Noah Marvin on the side warming up.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you see him stretching now, so it doesn't look very good for Kaison Wang. We all hope he is okay, as the Marlboros now down 1. They will be eliminated, and it will be the Rangers headed to the finals to face off the winner of the Vaughn Kings series.
In the first period, we saw 3 injuries almost occurred there. There was 2 that almost happened, but 1 that happened with Noah Marvin coming into the game, subbing in for Kaison Wang, but we're hoping for better in this middle frame right now. The Rangers are still up on the Marlboros 1-0, facing elimination. The Marlboros, they have to step up in this middle period. Same, that's what you were telling me in the intermission.
Yeah, that's right. They got to be on the Rangers like a tattoo. And what I mean by that is they need to put pressure on every single loose puck. The time for desperation, it might be now, as we're really in the crunch time. The Rangers, they can keep pressing and keep throwing pucks on net. They have that liberty of being comfortable in this game, being comfortable in the series. The Marlboros do not. So they really are in win now, score now mode, and that'll come from the likes of the big guys. It'll have to come from Pierce Bowie, Weston Cameron, and Adam Valentini.
It'll definitely have to come from the big boys. And this one has a big chance here for Carson Edwards. Caden Edwards, pardon me, but it's stopped by Grofstein nonetheless. My apologies, Edwards, as he's stopped by Grofstein, but he won't be apologizing to him making that stop.
No, he won't, and that is a strong moment there from Grofstein, and it gives the Rangers a chance to bounce back, really giving them the momentum in this game. I mean, the Marlboros, they got to be happy with that chance as well, just out of the gates, and they already get a breakaway opportunity from number 24, Caden Edwards. He's one of the big guys on this team as well. He has filled the back of the net numerous times this season, so they got to be happy with this start. They got to keep pushing on.
It'll be Marvin coming out of his net, playing that around to hit the stick of Smith, but it'll be the Marlboros turning it the other way. Valentini carrying it out. Sorry, that's DeCapo trying to get it to Valentini, but it'll be a Rye hit off the boards in the Rangers zone. Zhang plays it, but he'll cough it up right here. It'll be Kiemelman up in the corner now. Kiemelman to Warren. Smith! Tic-tac-toe. It's 2-0 Rangers.
And Brady Smith, welcome to Game 3, number 13, as he picks up his second of the night with a beautiful play. Another example of the Rangers' chemistry in this series and in this game with a beautiful pass across from Balchi. Balchi got the empty net goal in the last game, and it's just been a phenomenal start for this team.
And now they have the insurance marker that is always needed in a closeout game, and they definitely have it.
And pardon me, that was Cameron Warren who got it across, and Cameron Warren connected with Brady Smith on the first goal as well. So number 95 and number 13 are really connecting in this game. They have that chemistry, as you mentioned earlier.
They're the duo that is showing up, as opposed to Pierce Bowie and Valentini yet to show up really as they did in that first quarterfinal matchup. And you know what? They're taking the reins. They're showing maybe we might be the duo that steps up in the bigger situations when the lights are bright, but it doesn't affect them.
It hasn't affected them thus far. As up 2-0 in this series and up 2-0 in this game are 13 and 95. So 21 and 11. They got to do a better job or they will be sent home.
The centering pass is unable to meet the stick of the Rangers forechecker. It was a nice pass from Hotleys, who had a great game last game. It'll be the Marlboros. A chance up here in front. Valentini runs out of room. Grofstein closes it off, and he smothers the puck.
And I think for the Stripes' sake, they got to be happy with the fact that the Marlboros didn't score there. Because to me, I'm not on the greatest angle. That looked like it could have been offside, but it also could have been the first goal of the game for the Marlboros. It could have been the time for Valentini to step up and get an ever-important goal. It was Frasca who couldn't pick up the rebound. Another great job by Grofstein, shutting the door, making himself look big.
Grofstein has been playing very, very well throughout the first 15 minutes and some as we're in the second period now. Early on, though, centering pass is over to Marlboros player, but scooped up by the Rangers. It'll be Ashcroft breaking through the zone now, or Barfoot, my apologies. Ashcroft's the one who disrupted the pass initially. Up against the boards now, the Marlboros break through. That is picked up by Brand. Brand carrying up on the right-hand side. He's got Weston Cameron with him. He elects to shoot it, but it will be blocked off by DeBossi. Now, unable to keep it in, or actually just keeping it in barely, is number 72, Harris Pangretich. Trying to knock down DeBossi right now are the Marlboros forecheckers. Marlboros deep in the zone now with the help of number 55, Callan Newton. Callan Newton up against the boards now with multiple Rangers and Marlboros players. Down the ice now is DeBossi. He is likely all under the puck, and finally the referees will draw it dead. A lot of sticks and throwing of punches and gloves all in the corner there. It's a dirty corner over there, Sammy.
Yeah, we see DiBiase just getting up and going for a little skate is Grofstein. He's not even affected by all that drama in the corner. It was about time the refs blew the whistle as it killed some valuable seconds there for the Marlboros. They're trying to get back in this game. Obviously, they're not thinking about how little time is left on this clock, but they should be operating with a little bit of desperation here. They should be operating in the sense that they know they lose, they go home, and I'd like to see a little bit more urgency from TMB.
Weston Cameron able to get the puck by his other centerman there, getting it through deep into the zone. It'll be Bray throwing it up on the right-hand side there, but it will not get through to a tip by the Marlboros net front presence. The Rangers carrying it up now. It's Warren with the stick on it, getting helped by number 53, Kiemelman. They were the ones who assisted Brady Smith on his last goal minutes ago. Behind the net now, Warren trying to get through, but he stumbles and almost falls down, but it'll be the Marlboros pushing it the other way. Edwards dumping it into the zone. It'll be Grofstein playing it, leaving it for Bonomo. Bonomo drops it back for Eshwagogan. Eshwagogan tries to get it out of the zone there, but it's kept very nicely by Nick Frasca. Edwards dumps it back in deep further, but it looks like it'll be out of play, and there'll be a face-off just outside the Marlboros bench.
Yeah, it'll be a face-off and a line change for both teams. Get new legs on. I think that's a strong idea from the Marlboros. As you can see their legs kind of getting tired there, but still pushing on offense and really starting to try to come back in this game, trying to add urgency, just like I mentioned minutes ago, they must do.
It will be the Marlboros trying to add some territory in the Rangers zone. The Rangers trying to play keep away right now, getting it through the blue right now. That's DeCapo. DeCapo tries to get through, but once again tried his attempt to be cleared out. That'll be Pangretich over to Kukevas. Kukevas throws it. It bounces, takes a weird bounce, and it's in the net. Goodness gracious me, these boards assisted Peter Kukeves for getting his first goal for not only the playoffs, but for the Marlboros in this Game 3 matchup.
And the fans love it. You take a glimpse there. What a weird bounce, but hey, it counts for just the same. 2-1 now, cuts the lead in one. The Rangers players undoubtedly saying, Grofstein, I mean, that is not your fault. No one could have predicted that weird bounce off the stick of Peter Kukeves, but he's got to be happy. He's cut the lead to one, and the Marlboros back in this hockey game.
As you see the fans going wild, as Sammy said, I'm sure Peter Kukeves is happy to say that the moms are going wild in the stands at Herb Carnegie. Getting deep in zone, Grofstein has a number on that one, able to stop that down with his glove, smothering it up.
And Kukeves could not have picked a better time to get his first goal of the season. I mean, definitely not the goal he would have envisioned for himself, but a goal nonetheless. And now, this is when the Marlboros should bring on the big boys. As you see, they are on. It's Valentini taking the faceoff to just keep pushing and get the Rangers while they are kind of caught flat-footed and flabbergasted by that goal that they just allowed.
Trying to make that tide turning in momentum into a tsunami, trying to get more goals in this one. As that puck will be an offside there, good chance for both teams to maybe get some a breather after that goal that just occurred.
Yeah, I think perhaps it could have been a hand pass there on the play, but doesn't matter. Offside zone face-off in just outside the Marlboro zone, pardon me. But now, like I said, they should just keep pushing on offense, maybe take a couple risks, really try to generate something special.
Barfoot trying to get it out of the zone, but he'll be unable to do so. Maybe we'll look for Max Rothstein not playing the puck as much anymore unless it's a safe situation like it was there. Coming out of his net last time did pay detrimental, but the Rangers looking to turn it the other way now. It's Barfoot, and it'll be called an offside, just jumping the gun a little bit early there.
Yeah, maybe perhaps a little bit too enthusiastic trying to create that chance, extend the lead back to 2. It looked like Barfoot had something cooking there. You could see it in his body language. He was upset on the offside as he was breaking towards the right side onto the net of Noah Marvin. He looked like he wanted to absolutely rip that one home, but someone who can do that is back on the ice in Brady Smith.
Brady Smith is only a goal away from having a hat trick as well. Back-to-back potential hat tricks on the line now for the North York Rangers, as Hotley's had one last game. Breaking through the zone on Callum Newton, breaking towards the net. He's unable to break by the Rangers defender. The Rangers have their top line out there. Cohen Eshwagogan in a difficult territory there right in front of Grofstein. He keeps that puck away from his goaltender, turning it around and getting up through the zone now. And now it's Warren. Warren all alone. Does a little shot there. Nice save there by Noah Marvin. He almost snuck that by there. It's almost like he didn't shoot that one. He's kind of flicked it in towards Noah Marvin, trying to beat him on the far side.
Yeah, that's right. That was an amazing opportunity from Warren.
As Eshwagogan has an opportunity in his own, he drags it back. Shot saved by Noah Marvin. He had Brady Smith to his left, but a good job from the Marlboros to close that off. But a risky play, as Eshwagogan does have a cannon.
Yeah, so I'll finish my point before Eshwagogan kind of interrupted that with Brady Smith and that opportunity there. It was the chance there on Cameron Warren, who came in on the near side. And you said he kind of flicked it, and that's exactly what he did. He came across the right side and went to the opposite, the far side, instead of going short side as he generated that chance. Great save by Marvin there, and then yet another one on the rush. So really, he's kept the Marlboros locked in on this game.
Coincidentally, there was a too many men penalty called on the play, so it'd be the Marlboros looking to turn the momentum back in their favor after that nice play, those nice plays from Warren and Eshwagogan. It'll be Jalen Lobo taking the penalty for the Rangers in their own end, trying to set up the rush right now. It will be Adam Valentini taking liberty up through the left-hand side. Getting it over to the point now, over to Bray. Bray to Valentini. He steps up. He rips one, but it's off the blocker of Max Grofstein. Valentini keeps it still over to Bowie at the point. Bowie over to Valentini. He steps in, gets it out in front, trying to get Edwards, but that puck will deflect and go out of play. We'll have a face-off into the Rangers zone, most likely.
And the Rangers, they've done a good job at just kind of contesting that box formation that they've really been relying on. So what I mean by that is usually the Marlboros that I've mentioned, they try to throw the puck around and really use the length of the offensive zone. We've seen long stretch passes from Valentini to Bowie and vice versa utilized often. But the Rangers, they're doing a good job to cut off that lane with that box formation. And against a team that really knows how to move the puck, that is what's required.
Required and deserved. That's what the Marlboros are trying to do in this one. They are definitely deserving in their effort to potentially get a goal in this one, but it's not about what's deserved. It's about how you actually do it and capitalize on your situations. Bray keeps it in, trying to capitalize right now at the blue line. He hesitates, throws it on net, just a bit wide. A good opportunity down front, trying to scoop it up, throwing it on net there are the Rebels. That'll be Valentin at the other end. That was Weston Cameron almost got that one. Weston Cameron in front trying to get a deflection, but it'll be the Rangers clearing this one out of their zone. It'll be a nice breather for Max Grofstein as the Marlboros will look to recoup and set up right now. Bray with some urgency in his step. He's stepping up from his defensive positioning deep into the corner now for the Marlboros. Keeping it in, attempting that is Valentini, and he'll have it with Bray in the corner now. Weston Cameron pursuing the puck. That'll be Bowie still not able to keep it in. It'll be the Rangers getting it out of the zone once more. Brady Smith, a great penalty kill, trying to backhand it over to number 19, Jacob Bolchi, but there will be a dead call on the play. We'll have to wait and see what it is here.
And before we do, I'm surprised that it was Luca Bonamo and number 24, Caden Edwards in front of the net there, not getting assessed any minor penalties. We saw them going at it behind the play, and it was Bonamo who had to go back and get his new stick as his shattered. We saw that the pair kind of shove each other and throw a couple cross checks, so I wonder if the ref is going to have a talking to either of them.
We'll have to wait and see if they get back on the ice or if they go to the bench to talk to those guys. We're back at even strength now. Lobo hopping the play with Ashcroft, his teammate, at the forefront in the offensive zone of the Marlboros, or the Rangers, my apologies. Carrying up through the middle now, throwing it on net there. Marvin makes a blocker save. Now will go out of play. A good job there to stop anything in his traffic. Making a nice save is Noah Marvin.
Yeah, and Noah Marvin. I mean, he can't be applauded enough in this second period. As much as the Marlboros, they did tie up the game. It could easily be 5-6-1 had it not been for Marvin. Marvin, coming in relief after Kaison Wang was injured, has done everything he's needed to do. He's really been the catalyst of this team so far in this game. And the Marlboros, they should try to win this one, not only for Kaison Wang, but for Marvin as well.
Definitely the goaltenders paying dividends in this one. It has been Marvin who's only let in one goal, but it was Kaison Wang who let in the goal that also sent him to potentially the locker room and hopefully not the hospital. We'll have to wait and see if that is the result, but hopefully he is able to be okay after this one, but obviously not fit to play. It was Eshwa Gogan who gets the puck after the face-off win by the Rangers. Getting up through the middle now. On the right-hand side, Bowie, my apologies. Almost called him Mabui. It's difficult with the name, but of course we know it's Bowie. And it's the Rangers carrying up through the ice now. Dumping it in is number 92, Lobo. It'll prove nothing doing. It'll go over the head of Cohen Eshwa Gogan, as you'll have Bowie and DeCapo following him behind. Eshwa Gogan gets over to the right-hand side. Goes to Hoddles. Or Hotleys, my apologies. Hot Wheels, even.
Hot Wheels, because he absolutely does have the speed, and we saw it on full display in game number 2 when he picked up the hat trick, and we'll see if he can crack that out and pick up an important insurance marker for the Rangers.
The Rangers trying to prevent that, or try to create that, my apologies, here, as they're trying to get through the zone now, playing back and forth with their defense and offense. Eshwa Gogan throwing it high up in the air. Bouncing puck is picked up by Bray. Jude Bray stepping up, ripping that one, but it's off the blocker of Max Rovstein. Bray will have it once more with his teammate trying to get it out of that left-hand side of the offensive zone, as there will be likely a penalty on the play. We see the referee with his hand up. It will be tripping, and it will go to Callan Newton. He'll spend some time in the box to think about what he's done.
Yeah, and not the time nor place to take a penalty in the second period may not seem that detrimental, but when you're down by only one goal and you are on the brink of elimination, it is not the time and not the place. In the offensive zone, nonetheless, that is a penalty that coaches despise. It's a penalty where if you had just simply kept skating, made the right play, it's a penalty you would not take, and now a power play opportunity.
A power play opportunity indeed for the Rangers to extend their lead even further to get another insurance marker, maybe at the hands of Brady Smith, get the hat-trick goal. Maybe someone else, maybe Hotleys gets back on the play there. We'll have to see what happens in this ensuing power play. A slap shot there from Garrett is a bit wide. It'll be Lobo picking it up. Lobo over to Garrett once more.
to Ashcroft. The Lobo. Lobo fires it, but it'll wrap around the boards and it'll be cleared out. A clearing attempt done by the own Rangers there. But they'll reset and get some help from Grovstein to get the play going. The Rangers carrying in their own zone, trying to generate some speed on the rush. Dumping it in is Garrett. Garrett will leave the puck for his forwards to get the puck by in the deep of the Marlboro zone, but they'll be unable to do so. Grovstein coming way out of his net using the boards. Some nice stick work there from the young netminder.
And good for him for having that confidence to play the puck even after that Peter Kukeva's goal when he came slightly out of his net in order to do so, and it got a weird bounce on him.
A weird bounce from Labardi as well as his shot. What goes off a stick and will go out of play. It will still be in the Marlboro zone to the right of Noah Marvin. We'll have to wait and see. They bring in the top power play unit on the ice. Right now you have Warren in the overload position. And it will be number 14, William Garrett. Or not number 14, my apologies. Tyler Challenger taking the draw here. As they will be pinned in the corner of the boards now with going back to the point of Koneshwar. And he gives a nice pass up there over to Warren. Warren has an opportunity. Center out in front, but is unable to meet the stick of the Rangers. An open net there. Unable to find Twine. The Rangers will look to continue this right now. Koneshwar Gogan carrying it around the ice. He'll circle back over to the right-hand side, getting it back over to Warren. Warren rips it off the pad, but it bounces back to the corner in the Rangers' possession. Center out in front, trying to get it, but a nice clear there from the Marlboros. A flurry of plays, but a good clear from the Marlboros to get it out of harm's way and out of Noah Marvin's sight. The Rangers will carry it up through the zone now. Dumping it into the zone is Warren, and Marvin will scoop it up, and he'll look to play it, but it'll be knocked down by the Marlboros to get another pass on it. There's a chance here. Valentini, saved by Grovstein. Stretching out with this pad, stopping the superstar on the break, and there will be a call on the play. Likely the net got dislodged, but holy moly, we have a goalie in Max Grovstein tonight.
And what a sequence of events that was. It was the Rangers just inches away from scoring. Challenger threw some pucks towards the net. Warren threw some pucks towards the net. It was Noah Marvin at one point on all fours. His stick stretched across the goal line to make the save. And Adam Valentini, I mean, my goodness, he drove through that shorthanded opportunity, and he made exactly the move I would have made in that situation to go on the forehand and the backhand. Go and shift your weight to the close side, but that was stonewalled by the likes of Max Grovstein. Grovstein, give yourself a round of applause for keeping your team in the lead.
He has done a very good job here. As Kiemelman had an opportunity in front after a bouncing puck hit off the boards there. That will be last center. Newton almost had an opportunity on the break coming out of the box, and we're back at even strength for the Rangers and Marlboros late here in the second period as we have a face-off here. Puck going out of play will be sent down the ice. My apologies, it was just icing, not out of play there. On that opportunity there from Adam Valentini, what kind of confidence does that give Max Grovstein, do you think? Because not only is it a breakaway that you stopped, but you have Adam Valentini, arguably the best player in the entire league, and you stopped it in the best, most clutch situation you could possibly imagine.
Well, to put it simply, right now, if I'm Max Grovstein, I'm thinking, I'm him. He just had a breakaway against, like you said, one of the best players in the league, maybe the best player in the entire GTHL U16 AAA division. In an elimination game, you're up by 2, you stop the game-tying goal. Short-handed your team was. It would have been such a huge moment for the Marlboros, and you come up big, you make that stop. If I am Max Grovstein, I would try to carry that momentum of that save throughout the rest of the game. He's going to be riding high on that for a while. If Valentini exceeds like we know he will, Grovstein, no matter what happens with his career, will know and always say, I stopped Valentini in one of the biggest moments of our youth hockey careers.
It's always cold in arenas, but for Max Grovstein, it might be colder for him because he has ice in his veins right now, stopping one of the best players in the league. He has an opportunity here. Jake DeCapo throwing it on net there. Not as hard as Valentini's, but he'll still put a stop to that one. Always a chance to get a puck by you, as we saw. Even though most unfortunate situations, pucks off the boards, Grovstein let that one in, but this time he's settled down. He's reading the puck well. He's seeing the puck well. And he's doing a great job.
Yeah, and I think he can go into the third, assuming that there's no more goals in this period, thinking, hey, I only let in 1 goal, and it wasn't really on me. I've been phenomenal. And he's got to carry that momentum through the rest of the third, because you know the Marlboros are going to throw everything they can on the net, as we've already seen late in this second period. Ride that high of, I made the biggest save of maybe our season, and I only let in 1 goal that you'd let in maybe 1 out of 100 times.
A very low after Kukeva's got that one by him after an errant bounce, a wacky bounce at least, but now he's at the highest of highs, trying to hide his pressure, hide the pressure that he may be facing this one, but he's showing confidence nonetheless, trying to lead his team to victory in this one. The Marlboros pushing up through the end. It's Valentini looking to get revenge, but he's stopped in the tracks by the Rangers defense. It'll be Warren the other way. This top line will be called offside. I was about to say this top line trying to generate something as they've been doing the entire game. The referees halting them this time.
And Warren, I appreciate the opportunity there. I think there he's got to get into the zone with a little bit more urgency. You know you have Brady Smith trailing. You know you have a couple other forwards and defensemen right behind you. You got to get it across so you can get that 3-on-2, 3-on-1 set up. A bit of a missed opportunity there from the Rangers, from an otherwise absolutely excellent performing player in Cameron Warren.
Cameron Warren has been excelling in this series thus far and has been excelling in this game up to this point. He'll look to continue that further as we will come down to the end of this second period. Still time left to be played here. Garrett drops it over to number 42, Charles Ashcroft. Carrying up now is Kiemelman. Kiemelman tries to get a backhand over to Barfoot, but he's unable to do so. Barfoot will regroup and get it over to the right-hand side. He's still on his stick, though. He'll get it deep over to Kiemelman. Kiemelman on his forehand. Kiemelman back to the point. Garrett rips it. Just a little bit wide there, but it'll be on the stick of the Rangers still. Tyler Challenger in the corner now. He tries to get it off his stick and find his teammates. Kiemelman also helping out, but he's unable to help and get this result that he wanted. It'll be picked up by number 42, Charles Ashcroft, and he'll get it over to number 14, William Garrett, as they'll set up here. But likely dribbleless went out as we're heading into the third period. As we're jumping into the third period now, it's only 15 minutes left for the Marlboros to extend their season in another game. They're going to have to clutch up now, Sammy. They're going to have to settle in, strap up, and play their best hockey of the season for the next 15 minutes.
As a former coach of the Blue and White once said, now is the time, Blake. Now is the time that really changes the determination of your season. If they don't get it done now in the next couple minutes, this game could be over. Their seasons could be over, and this could be the last time that this group comes together, at least in the GTHL. So now is the time for the big guys. I've been saying it all day. They need to step up because they have been overshadowed by the superstars of the Rangers so far, as in Brady Smith and Cameron Warren.
They have been overshadowed, and it's got to come now. Bowie and Valentini, Weston Cameron leading the way. He's got to say something on the bench. He's got to show his leadership. It's now or never. It's time to fight, and it's got to come right now. The Marlboros playing back and forth with Froska and Bray. Getting it into the zone now. Bowie will trail, but Grovstein will put an end to it and smother that one up. But there'll still be a face-off for the Marlboros here. Do you expect him to get a set play off the draw here?
You'd think. I mean, we talked about last game how in these kind of crunch moments, the Marlboros are very likely to tighten up their bench, throw on the big guys, as I've been mentioning. So we might see a shot try to get over to Chamberlain, maybe over to Cameron, but can't do that if you don't win the faceoff, as they don't right there.
Unable to win the draw in a crunch time moment are the Marlboros. The Rangers are looking to capitalize on their own crunch time moment here, as Lobo had an opportunity to convert on his own. The Marlboros, they have numbers on their own there, but an errant pass behind Weston Cameron. They're unable to get through the zone now. Lobo will have company of Charles Ashcroft. It will be sent back over towards the Rangers' end, and there will be a penalty called on the play, and it looks like there will be a head contact penalty called towards number 92, Jacob Bolchi. Actually, there will not be a head contact on the play. It looks like there was a hook. That was a hooking penalty, potentially, from the signal of the referee.
Yeah, it was hard to tell on that call, but regardless, it'll be Lobo heading to the box for a couple minutes. And, I mean, I don't want to say that this is a pivotal moment, but it is surely a huge grave moment for the Marlboros here. They need to get something going, at least get momentum on their side, maybe just move the puck around and get that ice tilt going, because they're not going to have many more opportunities like this in this game.
When you're geeking out, it's time to lock in, and you got to lock in right now if you're the Marlboros. Back over to Bray at the point. They'll cycle it around over to Valentini. Valentini rips that one, but a nice block there by number 33, Simon. He'll go over to the left-hand side, over to Valentini once more. He stumbles on it. Bray hesitates, gets it over to the left-hand side. It's Weston Cameron who shoots it. It'll be saved by Max Grofstein, but it'll come out loose. He thought he had the puck, but it's at the side of the net. Now the Rangers trying to clear it out of the zone. Up in the corner now, he'll have Bowie and Valentini helping out. It'll be the Rangers turning it the other way, electing not to clear. They'll just dump it in the zone. Some nice defense there from Owen Barfoot to not only get it out of the zone, but dump it as well.
Yeah, Barfoot, great job to just carry it as long as he could. And then once he realized it would be a moot point, he dumps it in, gets a great line change there for his team, gets some fresh legs on. I'm surprised it was Bowie playing the net front presence and not going for a shot.
Especially when Weston Cameron could play that net front presence being so tall. Out in front there, good opportunity, bouncing puck in the air. Definitely could have converted on that one, up tight close against Grofstein. That was Pierce Bowie. Had a good opportunity.
That's right. It was Pierce Bowie in front. Almost made me eat my words as he created a great chance there off the down low pass, nearly putting that by Grofstein, tying this game up at 2. So it shows you what I know against a team like the Marlboros.
A team like the Marlboros and a player like Bowie, he knows his capabilities, especially in some uncircumstantial situations, as Valentini gets a through pass over to Brand. Brand tries to send it over to number 21, Pierce Bowie. Bowie, once again, at the doorstep, unable to convert. It's almost like all his stick round of all the goals that he scored in the quarterfinals, and he's come up short a couple times now.
He has, and it's been a couple moments for him that he just hasn't been able to convert, and you got to just shake those off, Blake. You got to just get those under your belt. Now you're back. It's 5-on-5. You need to just get going.
Lobo entering the play. Now back on 5-on-5. He's trying to make his impact here, earn back his playing time after taking a costly penalty that could have been detrimental towards the North York Rangers. Still a 1-goal game here as Lobo is behind the net. He'll likely send it over to Garrett at the point, but he actually will cycle around, giving it up, turning it over in the Marlboro zone. The Marlboros trying to get it out of their zone, though, and getting an offensive opportunity here. It'll hit off the sidewall, and it'll be sent back over to the Ranger zone. They'll reset and get over to Garrett. It's Smith. He's got 2 goals on his marker. He's on his backhand trying to center in front, but it gets blocked by number 18, Jake DeCapo. Gets it over to the right-hand side. That is Smith in his glory spot, and he tried to find glory for the 3rd time, but a nice save there from Noah Marvin. Puck goes out of play, face off in his zone.
And Smith has undoubtedly been the best player on the ice tonight. I don't think that is a crazy thing to say. He has been the catalyst of this Rangers offense. Warren, of course, has been feeding him, but it's been Smith that has just seemed like he's all over the place. He's been a villain to the Toronto Marlboros, and he's really been showing why he's one of the best players, or regarded as one of the best players in this league. And against a guy like Pierce Bowie, against a guy like Adam Valentini, who has so much success under his name, so much of a reputation under his name, that's when a real star comes out. Not to say Valentini isn't a real star, but it just shows the valuableness of Brady Smith to this Rangers squad and to a future junior team.
Not every superstar has that clutch gene in their game, but Brady Smith certainly does, and he has a chance here, throwing it on the net of Noah Marvin. He is not only possessed with the clutch gene, but he also just has the eagerness to really step up and be like, hey, it's my turn. It's my turn to score. You saw there, he had an opportunity to get on Noah Marvin all alone. He's the one who rushed into the play there all by himself, even though he had no line mates. He wants that 3rd goal, but nonetheless, he also wants to win and advance to further heights for his team.
Yeah, that's right. And Blake, I think it's worth mentioning that we are in the witnessing a goalie battle. I've talked a lot about Marvin and not a lot about Grofstein. Grofstein has made a couple of huge saves in this game to keep it 2-1, to keep it at a certain point 2-0. And both goalies have played phenomenally, really keeping the team in it. And it's just been up to the offense. Both goalies playing their roles and more. And I love that as a viewer, because you see a lot of times in this league and a lot of times in the major leagues, a goalie can determine a game. But right now they're leaving it up to the players to make their mark and to put one by them. But they, for their credit, are making it very, very difficult.
Grovstein has certainly stepped up in this one, saving some great stops on the breakaways of Adam Valentini and Caden Edwards early in this game, as towards the net there it was Charlie Hotley's trying to get another goal, making it back-to-back games with a goal and his 4th goal of the series. The Rangers get it up through the middle now. It will be Lobo on his backhand, protecting the puck, but not protecting it well enough as the Marlboros pick it off him, and it'll be sent down the ice. And maybe at the possession of Grovstein getting a snow shower, and in front now, some late shoving by the Rangers and Marlboros after it was Weston Cameron who snowed Max Grovstein, and we might have a penalty here on the play. We'll have to wait and see, because some plays like that, they do happen to be penalties out there, and it looks like it'll be Weston Cameron headed to the box for the scrum as well, and it might be DeBossi heading to the box as well, since he is the one who gave the shot after the whistle.
Yeah, they might have just had a talking to them, as it appears we are still 5-on-5, no coincidentals there, but I think the refs issued a warning to both benches.
Yeah, it might have been a warning nonetheless, but it looked like they were going to bring them to the box. That is my apologies. There is knocking down number 55, Callum Newton, was number 14, William Garrett, with authority. As a chance here develops for the Rangers, trying to get that stretch pass, but it's unable to meet that, unable to get to the puck first. Will Smith was screaming for the puck, but unable to get the pass from his teammate. Using the boards now to clear the puck out of the zone. Will go on the stick of Barfoot, or Ashcroft, my apologies. It'll be on the stick of Kukevas now, the lone goal for the Marlboros. In this one, it'll be Valentini having Figliomeni throwing it right on the net of Grovstein, but he'll easily scoop that up, standing up straight in his positioning.
And Figliomeni, it's good to see him back in this game, back trying to contribute for the Marlboros, as we've seen his role be so elevated in this playoffs. He's been connecting very well with AV, Adam Valentini, as now this number 1 unit is on. It's Valentini with Weston Cameron once again.
Once again, the Marlboros have an opportunity to get that nodding up goal here with their season on the line. Valentini with Cameron now. Rand is their other forward, but they're unable to have possession for much long in the Rangers zone. Up against the boards now is Barfoot throwing it in there with Lombardi helping him out. Bray will scoop it up along the left side of Marvin's net. Frasco will backhand it over to Valentini on the boards. Valentini will have his puck turned away now as cough up opportunity. Bray going into some difficult situations as taken down there right in front of the Marlboros bench was Ulysses Lombardi. No call on the play. At least on this one, it will be Valentini throwing it on net there. Chance for Frasca stepping up, trying to dig it by, and there will be a scrum in front of the net. Grovstein getting into it. It's chaos at Herb Carnegie. He is getting into it a lot. He did not like getting shoved there, and there might be some penalties doled out to both teams.
Yeah, we'll see who is assessed the chance here. It looked like there was just frustrations boiling over ever since that play we saw earlier in front of the net of Grovstein. I wonder if it'll be Weston Cameron being sent to the box for that extra dig on Grovstein. We saw Jude Bray, a rare turnover from him in his own defensive zone. He got pulled down, and a scrum ensued after the fact as it was the Marlboros digging in after Grovstein, acting with some desperation. And so we'll see who gets assessed to the minors. It looks like it will be DiBiase. We saw him involved in that scrum earlier, and we've seen him try to throw the physicality around, throw his body around. I imagine, Blake, it'll likely just be a coincidental minors for whoever it was on the Marlboros who got the penalty.
It looks like it will be DeBossi on the bench for the Rangers. I believe it will be Weston Cameron, because if he was not in the penalty box, he'd be out on the ice right now with this top line. I'm surprised it wasn't Frasca getting the penalty, as he's the one who drove to the net and really used his stick as a shovel to try to get that one out of the pad of Grovstein.
See, what a lot of people don't recognize with that play is under a certain amount of physicality, if the whistle is not blown, you're allowed to dig after that puck, and you should be digging after that puck. Problem is, not a lot of defenders like that, not a lot of goaltenders like that, because obviously who wants to be dug at? But Frasca, he didn't really do much except defend himself there after getting the shot. They could put a roughing penalty on that, but likely in this league they try to operate by the book, whereas he did something that was frowned upon but not necessarily illegal.
As it'll be Weston Cameron, the captain, watching his team from the sin bin instead of Froska. Some great analysis there from Sammy Brzozowski. A little rule breakdown here at the 6 hockey. We'll have to break down this game before it comes to a close. It will be Valentini carrying it up on the right-hand side. He cuts towards the middle now, going in front of a lot of traffic there. He had a through pass there set up for his teammate, but he didn't elect to do that.
And he chose the most difficult route on that play, Adam Valentini. He has the speed to take it wide and drive towards the net of Grofstein. I don't see why he didn't do that. I think he may have been a little bit tentative to try to take it around and protect the puck and instead go for a more flashy goal. But I believe he could have just drove towards the net, got the smart shot, and now I think that's a chance he'll look back at and look back at it not with favor.
It'll be Warren carrying it into the zone now on the right-hand side. He has Smith to his left. He wraps it around. Smith has the rebound, unable to get a stick on that one. The Marlboros get it out of the zone, though, and they have a 3-on-3 opportunity here with DeCapo. Frasca throwing it on net there. It'll be Valentini likely picking it up now. Valentini coincidentally knocking someone down as he walks right in. He shoots it on net there, easily grabbed by Grofstein. He looked him dead in the eye and snagged that, not even looking at the puck it looked like there. He is locked in, Sammy.
And simply put, like the kids say, Blake, that was hard. That was an awesome sequence there from Adam Valentini to weave his way through some Rangers defenders, try to rip that one with one of the best shots, the most coveted shots in this league. And it was Grofstein just going, mine. He caught that one, looked him dead in the eye, flipped it out like it was nothing special. Grofstein has been operating with a level of, as the kids say, aura that we haven't really seen from him throughout the season, but has been an absolute attribute that I've loved to see throughout this game, and I'm sure the Rangers will love to see in future matches.
He's come to his own for sure. A little bit of a potential dive there alongside the boards. They're really flopping there like a fish, but it is Grofstein not flopping like a fish. He is calm, cool, collected, steady as a horse, as the Rangers will look to ride him into the end of this game right now like a horse. In the middle of the ice of the Marlboro zone, though, is the puck, and they'll likely get it out here, and they will. On the left-hand side, shooting it is blocked by some Rangers defender. Nothing really doing on that one because of all the traffic in front of that shot attempt. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle. That's Bonamo throwing some shots there. I wouldn't want to mess with him, but it looks like Weston Cameron wants a piece of him. Maybe he's trying to show some leadership out there, say, get a spark out of his team, saying, I want to fight. I'm willing to take on their biggest guy. Are you guys willing to fight? Do you guys want to win this game?
Yeah, Cameron's got to be careful, though, there, because you don't want to take another penalty at this point of the game. You are still down 1 goal, and you haven't generated as much offense as maybe you need. So definitely not in the best spot, but I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to hype the troops up. He's trying to rally them, let them know that I will not go down without a fight. I will go down swinging. That's what you want from a captain.
Quite literally swinging as well with his glove and fist and stick, trying to get in the head of Luca Bonamo, but we'll have to see if that will pay dividends. Brand in front. Opportunity shot saved by Grofstein. He absorbs that like a brick. Stopped dead in the tracks. And a good job from the Rangers to clear it out. But it likely will be icing on the play. Marvin will touch it. But it's still going to be icing for the Rangers.
That's right. And despite the save on that play, despite the traffic in front that may have gotten a piece of that shot slowing it down, I love the patience from Brand. I can understand how with 4:10 left on the clock, you'd want to just throw a puck on net. But he takes his time, tried to pick his spot, and to his credit, he did. It was just stopped.
4 minutes left to go in this third game of the semifinals. 4 minutes left to go for the Marlboro season, potentially, unless they get a goal quick. It will be Bolchi, or Lobo, my apologies, trying to get it out of the zone, and he will, but it will be brought back into the zone, dumped in. But a hit off the netting, off that little awkward spot in between the netting and the boards there. It'll be likely just outside of the penalty box there for a face-off.
Yeah, it'll be a face-off just outside the zone. And if I'm the Marlboros, I'm soon thinking about calling a timeout. Now, I know it's early, but they waited a long time in the last game to get their kind of act together, to be honest, to understand what their strategy was. And it was a little bit too little too late. As we saw, they were unable to tie it up. The empty netter was scored by Bolchi. So, not saying that they have to pull their goalie within the next couple minutes, but it will be coming soon, so they need to understand their strategy, understand what they're going to do in order for this last push.
They'll likely look to try to get a puck in the Rangers zone, get a stoppage in play, maybe then go to the timeout, talk about what they want to do on that potential play in the offensive zone. Maybe as the game goes on, maybe look to pull Marvin to get the sixth man out there. For now, it will be a face-off just outside the zone and just in front of the penalty box once more with Valentini lining up against Cameron Warren. Referee taking sweet time, but it's Valentini winning the draw. Gets it over to Kukevas. Kukevas looks to get it in with Edwards helping him out. By the net, Grovstein hands it off. Rips it along the boards now, and it's Smith generating something here. A nice play there by Smith over to Warren. He passes over to Balti. Warren scores! A beautiful play there by Cameron Warren and a great start by Brady Smith. He has stepped up, and he has stepped up the lead to now 3 goals for the Rangers, 3-1 North York.
And Brady Smith is having one of the best games I have ever seen from a young player in this league, in the entire GTHL. What an absolutely incredible pass that was. Diving down to get that pass across, moving his stick along the ice like he held L1 and R1 in NHL to get it over to Cameron Warren. Warren to Bolshe, back to Warren. A beautifully drawn up play that came from the stick of Brady Smith. The Rangers, they are ever so close. They can taste the finals, and they look like they are ready to take on anyone right now.
They are firing on all cylinders, and they'll have to continue to do so. As we're around the 3-minute mark here, it will be picked up by number 39, Barfoot, who will likely just dump it in and play the long game. Just try to get this one out ahead. The Marlboros still have time to generate something here. Carrying up through the middle of the ice now. On the left-hand side, my apologies. That's just Weston Cameron, the captain, trying to spark some fire in his team right now. Playing with aggressiveness against Cohen Eshwagogan. Tipped out of mid-air, trying to keep it in as Valentini he'll maintain the puck. A toe drag there, trying to get around an opportunity to get a shot on net there, but it looks like Weston Cameron will be going down, drawing a penalty on the play. It looks like Cohen Eshwagogan will spend some time in the penalty box late here in the third period.
And for the Rangers, I mean, after such a momentum-shifting goal to take that penalty, it's not the right time. But Cameron, if I'm the coach of the Marlboros right now, I'm taking a timeout, and I'm telling Cameron to calm it down because he was going after Eshwagogan on that play. Eshwagogan, give him credit, in the corner. He was playing tough hockey. He was playing aggressive hockey, but he was playing legal hockey in the corner. And it wasn't until he ripped down Cameron to respond to the Cameron cross-check that he took that penalty. So Cameron just need to slow things down. Remember, he's wearing that C, and calm things down and just play for the badge. Play some smart offensive hockey.
A chance there by Pierce Bowie, but it's shut down right in front there by the Rangers. Might have caught a body before it caught Grovstein, as also Noah Marvin is out of the net. It will be 6-on-4. We forgot to mention that before that puck was dropped in the offensive zone for the Marlboros. As it will go back to the offensive zone. It will be 6 men out there for the Marlboros. Trying to generate something here. It is 2 minutes left to go. Time is of the essence, as there will be a timeout called there. I was surprised there for a second. I saw Valentini skating away slowly but surely, but the timeout is called now. I thought for a second there after that faceoff was dropped that Valentini just caught napping in the greatest moment of the game.
Yeah, it would have been a weird moment for Adam Valentini, as the timeout is going to go a long way. Now, this is the most important so-called power play here, as it's 6-on-5 for the Marlboros of the entire season. This is when they need to throw everything they can on the net. Every loose puck they need to be diving at like they'll never play again, because this is it. It's now or never. And so they need to be showing some urgency that we haven't seen enough of in both Game 2 and Game 3. They've stuck right alongside the Rangers throughout this whole series. But if they can't come on top, if they can't overcome the struggles of putting it behind Grovstein, then they will be going home.
Grovstein will look to send them home, stonewalling the Rangers to a victory in this one. He doesn't have much time to work with, or the Marlboros don't have much time to work with, and not a lot of time for Grovstein to step up and play in some crucial moments here. It will be the Marlboros with 6 guys on the ice now. Valentini Sends it over to the left-hand side. It'll go over to Brand. Brand on his backhand, getting peppered around the boards there. He'll be back behind the net now. Everyone crashing the puck right now, except for Jude Bray and Kiemelman. They're hanging back. This puck has to come loose before the referees, and they will call a whistle on this one. Seems like almost 9 players up against the box, up against the boards there, but none of them able to get the puck out.
And smart from Jude Bray to hang back, as well as Kiemelman, because Kiemelman knows that puck bounces out, he dumps that down onto the net, game over. We're headed to the finals. And Bray knows that's what Kiemelman wants to do, so he has to hang back. Bray knows that he is acting as the goaltender in that moment.
Valentini rips it on the net of Grofstein. A rebound in front of Bowie. Can't get a stick on that one. Sent down the length of the ice. Picked up by Valentini. Some great defense from Valentini to keep his team still in this one. Brand dumps it into the zone. It'll be Callum Newton pressuring with some steam. Bowie up against the boards now. Bray rips it. It's stopped by Grofstein once again. Bray rips it again along the right side of the boards, wrapping around the net. It'll be in the corner now with Bowie. Valentini coming to help. A nice hit there by number 19, but Bolchi will not get away with it. He shoved him down like nothing right there. Some pure effortless shove there, but it's not going to be the right play to make there, as now the Marlboros are going to have 6-on-3 play. It is a golden opportunity for them to get at least one.
That's right, and that was egregious on Bolchi onto Adam Valentini. He threw him down in the corner without the puck. That easily could have been a 4-minute play, easily could have been a charging, it could have been a interference, it could have been a boarding.
My apologies on that one. It's going to be 6-on-4 because, of course, the Eshwa-Gogan one, I think, was called coincidental. So it will still be 6-on-4 on the play here. The Marlboros trying to battle on the left side of the boards now. It will be kept in by Bray over to Valentini. Valentini threw the puck in front. Tip in front, but Grofstein stops Callum Newton's tip and strive to the front of the net there. A nice glove there from Grofstein, stepping up while shorthanded by 2 guys by 2 difference as they are up 6-4. He's really stepping up in the dire moments of this game.
And you know what I love here from Grofstein? Not only does he make a save in a big-time clutch opportunity, he sees a scrum happening. He doesn't get involved. He knows his only job right now is to keep the puck out of his net, clinch a finals berth against either the Kings or the Titans, and live to fight another day, live to fight another series. That's very high IQ play from Grofstein, a real mature move not to get involved when I'm sure he wants to protect his teammates.
I'm sure he does want to protect his teammates as he wants to advance to the finals right now. Bowie wins the draw. Over to Caden Brand, but that shot is just wide. But he'll have the puck on his stick still. It'll be Valentini keeping it in despite having pressured Bray over to the left-hand side. He throws it Brand. A good block there by number 33, Simon. Valentini bobbles that one up. Over to the left once more. Over to Valentini. He breaks his stick on the one-timer attempt, and the Rangers will be able to try to clear this one out, but Bray keeps it in. Valentini goes to the bench to get another stick. It will be the Marlboros still keeping it in. Valentini back in the play now. Valentini. He'll circle back and he'll throw it over to number 12. Throws it over the left-hand side. Number 12, that is Figolomeni. My apologies. On his back end, deep in the corner now. It'll go back over to Valentini at the blue. And that last play will do it. The North York Rangers complete the upset and complete the sweep. They beat the Toronto Marlboros 3-1, and they sweep them, going to advance whoever wins out of the Vaughn Kings and Mississauga Rebels. Let's go back to the booth and talk about it.
The North York Rangers have punched their ticket to the finals, or they'll play their winner of the Rebels and the Vaughn Kings, but for now, they are secured. They are winning, and they're playing with style, beating the Toronto Marlboros. The Cinderella story continues.
And what a season it has been from the North York Rangers, and what an effort they put in this game. It was a complete team game. Everyone fought. Everyone wanted to book their ticket to the greatest stage, and now they're there. They'll wait for the opponent between the Kings and the Rebels, and I know they're excited to get going.
It certainly was a dynamic duo that led to the Rangers to this 3-1 victory over the Toronto Marlboros with some great goaltending. I assume, I haven't peeked at your brain or peeked at your paper, but I assume that I know the 3 guys who are going to be your 3 stars.
Lucky number 13, Brady Smith. What a game from him. he has just been carrying this team the whole season. He once again does that. And the way he's been playing, Blake, I think he'll be one of the best players in this finals, one of the best players in this league, and he'll be one of the best young players coming out of the GTHL. Grovstein, he also had a game, allowing only 1 goal against likely one of the best offensive cores in the GTHL in an elimination game where they're throwing everything they can at you. Phenomenal. And finally, Brady Smith's counterpart, Cameron Warren, number 95, has been playing like number 99 recently, the way he's been moving the puck, and just a solid effort from him and everyone on the Rangers overall today.
And the Marlboros season to go as planned. They're one of the top teams in the league, had the largest talent pool on their rosters. I have one question. I think everyone knows that they lost, but I think one question I have: where was Adam Valentini?
Just wasn't his series. It just really wasn't his series. He's an incredible young player. He will likely do great things in the sport. Him along with Pierce Bowie are some of the best young players in the GTHL and in hockey overall, but he just couldn't show up in the biggest moments, and that's not really a discredit to him. That's more of a testament to how well the Rangers played and how well they implemented the game plan. I know for a fact they knew coming in, Adam Valentini, you shut him down, you have a good chance to win it. That's exactly what the Rangers did. That's exactly what Noling and Grovstein did this entire series, and that's exactly why they're in the finals.
The Rangers will face their toughest opponent yet. We're assuming it's going to be the Vaughn Kings, as they do have the lead over the Mississauga Rebels 2-1. Easily the Rebels can win that series as well, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. The Rangers, welcome to the finals. Welcome to the GTHL glory part of this season, because, hey, championships, anything can happen. We'll have to wait and see, but it will be signing off for now. Blake and Sammy, thank you for watching us.
Nice move there from the Oreo.
Shoots, scores!